What's up, team? You know what to do. Tap that like and subscribe button. Now, let's tap into this news that's going on with NLE Choppa and his ex-girlfriend, Marissa. Now, they are currently trending all over social media, and y'all late. Let's just say that because I've been dropped some videos about this situation with NLE Choppa and Marissa weeks ago. So, the internet is catching up to Tap In Media. Anyways, NLE has finally responded to Marissa's most recent IG Live, where she went on live and basically broke down to her viewers. It spread like wildfire. It's created a conversation, really a lot of conversations about the age gap between older women and younger men, getting into relationships knowing that they're not ready to just be in a monogamous relationship, women signing up for things that they know that deep down in their heart they don't want to sign up for. A lot of conversations have been sparked from this most recent issue, and I think these are all great topics that people should be talking about because, you know, this is real life situations and people can grow from this, learn from this, and let this be an example of what to do and what not to do. So NLE Choppa has responded. He posted a very good video on his channel where he broke down his side of things. And this young man is very, very intelligent. He is very, very intelligent. He is very open and honest about how he is growing up. And he's just very in tune with his emotions. And it was a great video. I think that he should be respected as a young man. He gave some words of wisdom for other young men to avoid a situation like this that he went through. And it was just great. It was a really good video. You guys drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this whole situation and the different dynamics that are have played out in this relationship. Again, the age gap between older women, younger men, women signing up for things that they know they're not going to be okay with down the road, but they just, you know, really want to be in a relationship so bad, or they really, you know, want to lock in with someone because of security, whatever. You know, it's a lot of things that are playing out, and I'd love to hear from you. So you guys drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think, and let's get into it.
Everything I could just let out to so y'all can understand the outlook on the type of relationship I had with Marissa, you know what I'm saying, or whatnot, so people can better understand what's really going on. Cause I'ma say it if no one else is. So to begin, I take full blame, full accountability, full responsibility of all my actions, what I put myself in, and just the outcome of any situation, because within the process of any situation occurring, you always had a chance to separate from it, step out from it, or not to allow something in your presence. With that being said, I learned a new saying recently, and it resonated with what happened in the process of just dealing with a person or dealing with her. And before I even get into depth, lovely woman, best relationship I've ever had. She's the most loving, she's the sweetest, kindest person. So this video ain't to diss her. This video is for y'all to better understand what she's going through and what I'm going through. By far, she is the most brilliant woman I've ever had. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing I hate, when people come for her in the sense of, or talk down on her, or talk about her. She's just very emotional, but she is the most brilliant woman I've ever had. She showed me what loyalty was. She showed me women still cook. You know what I'm saying? She showed me true love, you know what I'm saying? And I'm mature enough to know to say that I wasn't ready for it. But within me saying I wasn't ready for it, not only am I telling y'all that, I always let her know that. I always let her know that from day one. So let me get into depth with just the timeline. First and foremost, I hit her. And the first thing I told her was in her DM, I was like, "Keep your ring finger open for me." And I never even knew her, never even got the chance to speak to her. I just loved what I saw, you know what I'm saying, from the outside looking in. And I meant it. At that present moment, I meant it, you know what I'm saying? Um, she was going through a breakup during the time, so it took her a while to text me back or whatever. But when she finally did, we used to just get on the phone or whatnot and just chop it up. And every time I talked to her, I always knew it was something she was hiding. And what she was hiding was her feelings. And so the saying that I've learned recently that resonated with the relationship that we had was to never catch a falling knife. And I feel like she caught one as well because I was in the process of trying to heal from something myself. It wasn't relationship wise, but hers was a relationship thing, and I had my different journey I was trying to heal from. And I feel like we both took a pit stop. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we both stopped at the same gas station just to fill up, you know what I'm saying, to keep going with our journey. And once we stopped at that gas station, we got distracted from what we was trying to heal from, and we still had traumas, pain, things to do mentally to go within self to conquer, to fight before we could be prepared to jump in something new. I hope y'all understand that. So pretty much, she was coming off a breakup. I was coming off my own, you know what I'm saying, whatever, which is personal to me. I don't really want to share it, you know what I'm saying? So she was coming off a breakup. I was coming off what I was coming off of. But in a sense, I was still more healed than she was because I just felt it was something, you know what I'm saying? I always felt it was something when I got on the phone with her or whatever. And one day she finally opened up to me and she cried. And it was like one of those cries to where it's a concerning cry. So I'm like, you know what? I said, this not a girl that you just say something to her, you fuck with, oh, you say that, and you fuck her, and then you slowly kind of like drift away from her, because that's how I treated a lot of women during that time, because I wasn't ready for no relationship. I knew deep down I wasn't. So in this instance, I said, this girl don't need nobody to fuck her. This girl don't need nobody to mind fuck her, manipulate her. This girl needs somebody that really care for her. This girl needs a friend. And that was my intentions from the very beginning. My heart space from the beginning was to be a friend to her and help her through a time period that was rough for her. That was a rough patch. She didn't know what to do. She told me everything from the standpoint of what was going on, and I could tell, like, oh, if she was being one-sided, I could tell she was telling the whole truth. And within that process, I was like, okay, as men, this is what we do when we know a woman won't move on. So it was like I was pretty much giving her game on what was really going on in her current situation. I'm like, as a male, we do this because we know y'all aren't strong enough to do this, you know. So just letting her know, like, he's doing that because of this, or this is happening because of this. And I feel like a lot of men won't do that if they're trying to get something out of you. But me, I was just trying to be a friend and let her know where the manipulation was and where it wasn't. And within that process, I let her know, and she understood it. But did she take in consideration of certain things for the next go round? I don't know. But the main thing that I told her that she needed to do was learn to love herself. Self-love, self-care. And she'll let you know that off rip. Everything I say, I check out with her. You know what I'm saying? It will validate with her. So I was letting her know, you won't be able to get in nothing. You won't be able to you it just won't work if you don't love yourself within anything you do, whether it's a job, occupation, whatever. Anything you do, if you don't love yourself and if you don't know your worth, it's not gonna work to your best outcome. So I let her know that let her know she needed to learn to love herself, and within the process, I would call her. We would talk every day, and in a sense, I could feel Marissa starting to gravitate more towards me as a partner, which was understandable because I'd be lying if I didn't say I guess leading her on in a sense. But in the process of all of that happening, I was always honest with who I was as a person because I loved myself regardless of anything. I love myself, so I didn't want to put myself in the same predicament I've already put myself in my past relationships. So it really wasn't leading on. It was just in the sense of just being a friend, and it started to a feeling started to grow more than that from her, and which is understandable, and you know what I'm saying, you can't knock her for it. Happens to a lot of people that some people feelings grow stronger than what it started out to be. So I hope I'm not fucking explaining this shit to the point where y'all don't understand it, because I just want to get everything off my chest, but it's kind of overwhelming because you don't want to miss nothing. But yeah, whatever. So, in the process of her, I started to feel she grew feelings. I started to let her know who I was as a person. I said, listen here. I said, I know you starting to grow feelings for me, but I want to let you know who I am as a person first and foremost. I don't see myself at this time period with me being 19 years old, with me have not experienced my 20s and all this stuff. I do not see me being just loyal to you. And by loyal, I don't mean the real definition of loyalty. The real definition of loyalty is to have somebody back through whatever. That's what I find. That's what loyalty is to me. Some people value loyalty off if you cheat or if you don't cheat. But in the beginning, I told her, I said, yo, I'm a loyal individual, but I can't sit here and lie to you and say, if I be with you, it's just gonna be you the only person I'm gonna have sex with, or you would be the only partner. And she took it in and she was like, no, that's different. It's different. I appreciate your honesty. Nobody's ever been that honest and straight up with me. If we was to get together, we could work. I think I could work with that. All right, so boom. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm like, in the process of this, I think I found my match for my present moment self. Because I don't know in the future, 10 years from now, 5, 6, 7 years from now, I may say, okay, I'm done. I don't want to experience sexual relations with this many people or this many people. I probably just want my personal, and that's it. But speaking of me, my present sense, I know who I was as a person, and that comes from loving myself and just knowing myself, and not trying to be a poison to another female. Because I feel like in my past, don't get me wrong, motherfuckers need to take accountability for what they did in the past, but I'm always take accountability for myself. So speaking on my behalf, I know I wasn't the best man. And that's because I was dishonest. I said, if I ever get in another situation, another relationship, I'm gonna be honest. Cause that's what lets you know what's wrong or right. That's what wrong or right sides with. It's either the lie or the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like when it comes down to who's wrong or who's right, it always comes down on what was being truthful from the beginning, or what was being a lie, or what was a lie. Y'all know what I mean? It's hard to say it, but there was one thing I laid out there. I said I don't see myself being just fucking the same person for the rest of my life, and that's understandable for the age I'm at. I'm mature in a lot of areas, but I'd be a lie to say I'm mature in every aspect of life, because everybody can grow from somewhere. My mind is so knowledgeable, so mature, and so advanced. I feel like I'm 50. I don't get along with the average 19-year-old. I don't do what they do. I don't get along with my average peers. I always have sex with people older than me. I always talk to people older than me. I always been the youngest person on the block. You know what I'm saying? All my friends, whatever, niggas, all my niggas, whatever, was always 4 to 3 years older than me. I'm always been the youngest in whatever I did because I always felt I was older than what I was. I grew up quick. I was 12, I was an adult. I had adult problems at 12. Thought I had a baby on the way at 13. Started doing stuff behind the gun at 14. Like, I grew up quick. So, but it's some spaces I'm not maturing, and I accept that. My nose kind of runny. So within that process, I said I couldn't see myself having sex with the same person. And the next thing was, I said, I don't see myself having one wife. And that's another thing. Marissa, she was big on marriage. She was big on marriage. So I had to let her know, like, I don't see myself having one wife. I said, I'll probably marry you, but you would have to, be cool with the simple fact that I believe in polygamy. So you may not be the only person that I would marry. You know what I'm saying? And I let her know that. And she was like, that's different. I feel like that's cool. I feel like that's something I can work on with being open to as well. So hear me out. So this was pretty much the thing, and no disrespect, Marissa was willing to give up all of these things that she felt was that she was gonna get from just out of life. She felt she was gonna get married, which she probably is. She probably might find that person that is just gonna marry her. But this is pretty much her life. This was pretty much already thought out in her brain. She was gonna get married to somebody that was faithful for her, faithful just to her, build a whole family, and just live happily ever after. And I was telling her, it sounds a bit like a fairy tale because certain things don't always play in that type of sense, or the cards don't sometimes roll out that way, but it's not impossible. But I said, if you're looking from me, my present moment, who I am as today, when I wake up today, you're not gonna find that in me. I let her know that several times, several occasions, and she was cool with it. And she said, well, she was with me in a sense of hope. I feel like she was with me in a sense of hope, and I grew out of it. She was willing to do everything. Did she want to do it? Her mind and her heart wanted to do it, but her soul, that was not what her soul wanted. And in the sense of that, like, I felt wrong. That's why I left. That's why I had to distance myself.
As always, thanks for the tap in. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and stay tapped in. Tap that all notifications bell so you don't miss a chance to tap into the source for daily celebrity news, entertainment, trending topics, and conversations. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.